Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma Reviews. It's been a hot minute between cleaning my man cave photo office areas, holidays, work, this and that. It's been a bit since I filmed a review, so I'm glad to be back, and I hope everybody's had a good holiday or continuing to have a good start to their new year. Blah blah yada yada. It's just good to be back. I look forward to reading your comments and stuff like that. And please reach out on social media and stuff like that. Let me know how you've been and all that. And of course, the Robot Collectors Collective group on Facebook. So yeah. But anyway, latest review here. It's Fans Hobbies MB-15A Power Commander. So just in advance, the last one that I reviewed like not too long ago, well, no, I've actually been reviewing a bunch of like power basers and delta basers and orange power baser and stuff like that. So if I say power baser during this review, Freudian slip. I know that this is Power Commander. It's right here on the box. I am literate, I promise. But anyway, as for what's in the box, Fans Hobbies MB-15A Power Commander. It of course comes with the trailer, Power Commander itself, his minicon. They're like two cages that go on the sides of the trailer. A load of missiles. He does come with an alternate faceplate. I believe this is the Power Links repaint of Armada Optimus, but I'm not sure off top. The alternate antenna, card, instructions. It also comes with a clear visor for the combined mode, because this one does retain the light up feature of the original colored Naval Commander. So now that we know what all comes in the box, let's go ahead and get this guy reviewed. And before we get started, the blaster actually comes attached to the bottom of the trailer. I forgot about that. It acts as an exhaust. You can attach it to the top as well, which we'll go over in the review. You can put it on the sides and stuff like that, I believe, if I remember right from Naval Commander. But yeah, it'll come packaged at the bottom of the trailer. Okay, and here it is in its alt mode. Give you a roundabout of that. It would also give you, I don't think the Minicon has an actual name. It's just on the box it says Mini Robot, but in the show, Sparkplug. But again, Power Links versions of both of them. And in the alt mode, we're not going to do comparisons in this in the video, but on the gallery we'll have a ton or whatever. Just the time that it takes to transform the other back and forth and stuff like that. It's easier just to knock out the bot mode, which most people will display it in, and then in the gallery where I have more time to complete it, do that. But attaching this is just like the other two tabs right there, two female tabs on here. Kind of got to get over to see it and make sure. For me personally, it's easier when I extend that out, press it in, and then from there, get it configured back. So there's that. Let's see if I can zoom out some. Yeah, I actually got some space there. Okay. And I did install the missiles already. They just push in. Black side goes in. Red side faces outwards. The missiles do shoot. So I have pets, so I try not to shoot things everywhere. But yeah, there's that. Okay. And I don't know if I realized this with the other, actually. But the blaster actually has a gimmick too, and I don't know which side. Yeah, it's that, and then you press that. But it only comes with 6 missiles, so kind of pick your poison on where you want them to be. These can go ahead and angle forward, up, down, like that kind of thing, if that's what you choose to do. But I think they look best just pegged into where they're supposed to be. One of them just shot out. I'll look for that in a minute. Yeah, that guy right there. Oh, I see it. It's kind of crazy. You graze past it and you get that. But taking this off the turnstile here. Well, make sure that this is where it's supposed to be. But rolling treads, rolling wheels. These, I don't know if they're soft plastic or rubber. These are definitely rubber feeling. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Love the coloration on this too. This, just like the old Armada toys, has the ability to plug in multiple spots on the top, on the sides, etc. for it to just plug in. like so. And it also comes with these pieces to where if you want to, I'm just trying to make sure that I get these the right way because I'm not always the best with it. So these little black things are supposed to face upwards and they just peg in on the sides. And the other one, make sure peg in on the sides there. And there are a couple of clips right here that have grooves for them too. So yeah, and it's been a while since I played with Naval Commander. I wasn't too keen on it. I had to get a lot of replacement parts for mine, so that kind of turned me off by the time it was all well and good to go. I was kind of over it, admittedly. But I'm glad that, you know, it speaks to Fans Hobbies customer service that they were able to get that piece right for so many people. But again, you know, when it takes a year to get a toy to work in standard, because like as soon as you get one piece another one breaks and stuff like that, yeah. But this is based off of the last revision of the toy, which had no broken parts, no QC issues, things like that. So this one, for all intents and purposes, should be good to go. This will be my first time transforming it. I'm not going to do transformations here on camera because it's already been done in the millions of Naval Commander reviews out there. But yeah, there's that, and just another viewpoint for you guys. Get its spark plug in there too. Okay, and here we have them, and it's base. And we've got the MB-15, the Naval Commander, next to it to compare. We've also got the two mini robots, their version of Sparkplug. And I will say, zooming in here, just to get a closer look on them, honestly, the Sparkplug is actually my favorite part of the repaint. Not the greatest minicon in the world, not the most articulation and stuff like that, but the repaint on this, just that gold and things like that, it's actually marvelous to look at. So kudos to Fans Project for their color choice right there. The paint's well done, no rub or anything like that. But I will say, the Naval or Power Commander itself is fine, but on this guy, joints really tight. Again, my first time transforming it through, and it may loosen for further transformations and things like that. It's a pretty natural thing, but just letting you guys know out of the box, it is pretty tight, so be wary of that. Try not to break anything. Zoom out a little bit more here. But yeah, of course there will be more actual comparison pictures and things like that in the review. Dark, it's like blown out on you guys, but yeah, there we go. All of it next to each other. All right, and just to go ahead and highlight the base robot mode of this guy a little bit here. Height-wise, we're looking at about 7.5 inches tall, which honestly, for a Masterpiece scale base robot mode, pretty big, pretty cool stuff. But just to give you guys a preview at articulation, not going to go crazy. Head, ball joints are the rocking, the shoulders go up and down, no butterfly movement, bicep swivel, double jointed biceps, waist swivel non-existent. I don't really remember that being, oh, because it's two halves or whatever that come together for that. That makes sense. I just transformed it. I should have known that. But legs, you got these skirts there. They can kind of rotate and do some things, but moving them out of the way as much as possible. Back, front, or side, front, back. Knee, single joint in this mode. The swivel is actually at the knee. And then ankle tilt and the back and forth rock. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do there. But again, just trying to keep it simple. So, yeah. Now, one thing that I'm not sure if the face pulls off of the original or not really up for trying it even, but it comes with the cartoon version of the face as well. Let me see if I have a spudger on hand. I normally do, but I've been actually in the process of cleaning up my photo area. So, yeah, thankfully I still do, but for sake, let's see if this will come off easily, because I can see where the other face goes on. I'm trying not to have to remove the head just to get to the faceplate, but if I do, I do, and that's all she wrote. Okay, so that just went ahead and flipped into outer space, as you saw. But, alright, I do have to cover the camera with my hands, or the figure with my hands, for the camera, just because it's so small, but yeah, there you go. And now you've got the red mask look. And in terms of preference, I actually prefer the gray mask, so, you know, it's what it is. I believe this is actually the, I don't remember offhand. Because at first I was like, yeah, that's the cartoon, but whatever. One's the tune, one's the, whatchamacallit. One is the tune, one is the show, and they have blessed us with both. So there we go. Alright, and here he is in his full combined mode. Alright, so I've got about 11.5 inches tall, so this is a big boy, big solid boy too. Alright. Just those flaps down in the back, but yeah. Okay. I know my logos and stuff like that are over on the viewer's left-hand side, so don't want this guy too covered up. Okay. And again, 11.5 inches tall. Just in case you haven't seen reviews of this, articulation's pretty good actually for a bot of this size. Single jointed elbows, head. So this is something I learned. Even Power Baser does it really late in the game, that their necks extend to give more articulation, that up and down movement. You can technically do a 360, but there are these things that clip the shoulders in place that get in the way of that. He does have 360 waist rotation. He does have ab crunch. The ab crunch is really hard to work. It's on like a swivel. So watch that. And I will say, if you aren't familiar with the original Naval Commander, if, like, let's say you got your intro to Fans Hobby Products through Power Baser. One thing that bothers me to this day about Power Baser, which is their Jinrai or Power Master Optimus Prime, is the loose joints in the hip area, particularly. This, complete opposite. So tight that they're freaking scary. The outward's not too bad, but it's forward and backwards. You don't necessarily have to be a bodybuilder to maneuver it, but it definitely is, yeah, it's tough. And it will jerk the toy and things like that. Nothing falls off on it or anything, so don't worry about that. But just something so you aren't surprised. And you can see the flaps move here. There's some rotation in them and things like that. Okay? And then there is no ratchet there, but front, back, and then ratcheting as well. And it's weird, because like the ankle ratchets are perfection. Not too tight, definitely not too soft, you know, stay in place very well. But those hip, the front and back swing on them, whew. And yeah, just for the sake of it, cannon extends, and you just place it in his hand like so. And the fingers do have individual articulation. Multiple joints in each finger. 2 joints in the thumb as well as a ball joint. But the fingers, they don't spread, unfortunately. I wish more companies would implement that. But and make sure we're focused there. It feels like it's a little blurry. Let's see. That looks better. Cool. So just to preface this, I'm not trying to be negative for the sake of being negative, but this was a problem I had with Naval Commander 2. It's just design issue stuff, and I do think I could have done this better. That's why I actually am comfortable saying this. But to access the head for the light up feature, you have to unscrew this one under the base. This is a very soft screw, and it takes a particular type of screwdriver. A lot of toy screwdrivers, Transformers ones in particular, can get to it. If you try to use a more harsh generic screwdriver, like let's say this, it will strip the Phillips head of the screw. This is one that came with Mastermind Creations. God, why do I not know his name when I need to? DZF. There we go. But if you've got one that came with stuff like the old iGear cup heads, for the classic cup toy. And then there's one more that was really good. Oh, it was like an MP10 upgrade kit by Shadow Fisher, those kinds of things. But just be careful. It's not one that you're going to be able to unscrew fast. It's in there pretty tight, so you're going to have to take your time, really dig in there, even if you have the right screwdriver for that. But then once you get to the head itself, there's 3 screws under here. I already started them or whatever, that you'll have to take out to even access that, which is a pain. And it's just so weird because they're a company that makes most of their products so that everything just plain pops off. But let's unscrew that last one there. Okay. And this is how you access. I have to look at the instructions real quick because I forgot exactly where this comes apart. All right, so getting this apart, 3 parts. There was the face that I had coming off, and now I suddenly don't for whatever reason. Yeah, because the first step is peeling off the face. So, there we go. Face peeled off. Wow. Talk about tight. And then, that part's easy, okay? So face, peel that off, that part's easy. From there, we're just gonna go ahead and put the new eyes. All right, now taking a look at the battery compartment here, I was able to just spudger it out. There's a button on the top side, boom. LR521 batteries, AG0 cell batteries. Face up, positive side is the button side. So yeah. Now all we're gonna do is go ahead and get this reconstruction button side up and go from there. I am gonna go ahead and replace the antenna with the opposite antenna just so you can see how those guys look as well. To do that, all you do, slide them off. From there, put the new ones on. Not for nothing, before you go ahead and re-screw everything, just because there's so many screws and it's so involved, make sure to just quick test and make sure that it works when you got to put it back together. And just a quick tip, it doesn't really save a lot of time, but if you want, you only have to put this screw in the back to hold it together, because these two, I guess they're supposed to hold the antenna in place, but there's a clip that the bottom of the face mask pegs into on the bottom, so it holds in place just fine. It's not going to jar out or anything like that because it's actually being locked at the head. I'm surprised these 2 screws are even there, to be honest with you. And when you're all done with all of that, this is what you got. And it lights up pretty well, you know. So definitely no shame on that. Just not really a gimmick I prefer because, you know, to get that brightness, you would have to have it lit up 24/7. I'm a displayer, and when you don't have it lit up, this is what you got. So I'm not a big fan of dead eyes. Alright, so finishing this review off again, MB-15A Power Commander. Now here he is next to MB-15 Naval Commander, and we're going to go ahead and add in, I don't remember what number this is, but this is Meg Tyranno. Okay, those 3, and then for the sake of why not, I'm going to go ahead and add in Energy Commander. They're Energon Optimus Prime. Okay. We'll get it over here. Move Mr. Naval Commander over. Okay. Does he also have the light up eyes? Let's light everybody up. Why not? Alright, cool. We'll go ahead and add in some Minicons here. Come over here. Or mini robots, as Fans Hobby likes to call them. But yeah, so far so good. They've been giving the Unicron Trilogy crew a good amount of love so far. They've got some add-ons for Naval and Power Commander coming. God, I know one of them's Jetfire. Oh, Overload. He's coming too, and I believe they're working on Tidal Wave as well. So these guys are gonna have friends. They're gonna get all souped up and all of that stuff. Those of you who have watched the series know how their combinations work and things like that. And at this size, this masterpiece scale, I'm really excited to see where this goes, because Fans Hobby's build quality has gotten very, very, very good. If this was the Power Baser area, I'd really be worried about them adding on items to, you know, like combiners and things like that, just because of some of the joint quality issues. But now that that's kind of fixed up and in the past, dude, sky's the limit, man. But anyway, this has been another Kuma style review. Again, this guy all the way on the right here, Fans Hobbies MB-15A Power Commander. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the article and gallery on kumastyle.com. Coming soon, and I'll see you next time. Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we're going to get back to doing things more regularly. I had some issues where I had to clean up like my office area, my shooting area, and stuff like that. I honestly, first world problem, just got so much stuff in that it became overbearing. There was nowhere for anything to go, and it was just piles of boxes everywhere. Put me in a mental funk. Didn't want to be in those rooms. Didn't want to be productive. But that's all done in the past, and we're doing what we do now. Thank you guys for being patient with me. Thank you guys for tuning in. And again, I'll see you next time.